I really want to talk to you about making sure that you don't create a really bad sales culture. So, what are the things that you should look out for? Well, I'm going to come on to those in a minute. But actually, the truth is, remember, if you're the person responsible for bringing revenues into your company, or if you've got a team, then everything that happens in sales is kind of on you. And like everything in sales is a leadership problem. And really and truly, what we want to do is make sure that we create a culture where the salespeople, the sales team, act in line with your core values. Remember, if you want to be great at sales, then you're meant to be easy to buy from, but also you're meant to have some values and be value-led. And what happens when you do that is you create a really positive culture. Imagine if your business was in a competitive environment, but you were known as having the best sales team. If you had values and a framework and a process that every single time somebody wanted to buy from you, there was a bit of order and sequence, it was easy, it was elegant, it was conversational. That's a good sales culture. So here's a few things I want you to make sure that you or your team are not doing. This is a bad sales culture. So I think the first thing is a lack of accountability, responsibility, or being on top of your stats and numbers. So I think, anybody that's in sales that doesn't know their numbers, or maybe they're fudging the numbers a little bit, maybe they're sort of lying. Here's a good example. How did that conversation go? It went really well. They're going to ring me back next week, and we're definitely going to do business. It's like, where's the responsibility to that? Does that ever lead to a sale? Well, sometimes, yeah, but rarely. So I think number one is get the team. Where did you start? What are your skills? Give yourself a score out of 10 and start to really take some ownership and some accountability. We call this being an owner, not a victim. The second thing you've got to avoid with a bad sales culture is sales conversation avoidance. So stop hiding behind email. By the way, the rule for that is to never sell or negotiate on an email. Use email, yes, for confirming what was agreed. In summary, here's what we agreed. Here's the logical next step. Lock that down. Use it to share information, but don't get into the nitty-gritty on email. So look, anything like avoiding conversations, hiding behind emails, spending hours. Here's a classic that I hear in teams that are just not accountable at all in a bad culture. Here's a classic. I'm just going to spend some time researching on LinkedIn. No. Get your phone on speakerphone and have a conversation while you're looking at LinkedIn. Here's the reason why. We don't put bad things about ourselves online, so the information you're getting isn't really accurate. So look, anything that's avoidance, hiding behind emails, doing the expenses when they could be talking to people. We want our salespeople to be highly skilled, highly conscious, communicating. You can communicate via voice note, video, phone. You can do all this, so use your voice. That's the second thing. And the third thing you'll know if you've got a culture that really isn't what you're looking for is you'll hear people in your team or you'll say things that actually feel quite uncomfortable. And that is a really bad sign. So look, sales is meant to be natural, it's meant to be totally transparent. Avoid those three things, and I think you're going to find that you'll start to create a sales process in your own image, in line with your own values. And guess what? When you do it like that, you get rid of time wasters, you get rid of people that are not a good fit, and you start to do business with the perfect values matches, and your business grows quickly.